Mobile Masters, we saw the stat of Tsuyo versus Lucas, and it's a 94% win for Lucas in the matchup.
So yeah, I guess I get your point. Interesting. Let's see the adaptations, ladies and gentlemen, for the drafts. Because TLID are now on the blue side. For our drafting phase in game number 2, presented to you by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. Luo Yi Harith Phobius banned out by TLID. BIGETRON respond with the Fanny Tsuyo once again. And the last time we did see the Hilda. But since they're on red side, do you think they still will commit to the Hilda respect ban away from Iran, considering TLID were still able to find success without the Hilda in their lineup?
Oh, I don't know about that. If they want to ban... Oh man, wait, the chip is left open.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, we're talking about the Hilda potential, but the chip was still there in the picture.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Kalea still.
Oh man, maybe TLIE are thinking, you can go pick it up. We haven't seen you win on the chip, so go pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Team Liquid ID as well have banned away the Luo Yi, right? There won't be anything available to them to kind of match that global presence. So for BIGETRON, do they just go for it? It feels like a no-brainer, but we've seen teams not go for it before.
Because the thing is, right, for TLID, even if they don't pick up the chip here, TLID can still flex the Kalea. So BTR ended up going for the chip. They need to go for the chip, but they also take away the Granger. But unlike BTR, TLID Kyo has done really well on the Irithel. So I think picking up the Irithel here should be... and the Lucas too. Oh, there you go! They go Mathilda Lucas. They don't go Irithel, but they set up for this crazy combo of Mathilda Lucas. So, oh man, Witty on Mathilda, Fabian on Lucas. Oh, okay, we at least get the Valentina, but this is a Mathilda Lucas, sir.
And keep in mind, this time, if Moreno wants to try and take away the Sacred Beast form and try and dive into Team Liquid ID, we've seen what happens before. Tsunami slam, dude. And you're in the air for quite a bit. And if Team Liquid ID are on curve, if they're not behind, the moment Moreno gets pulled up like that, he's done.
Time to drop the
I'm doubting this chip pick for BTR, man. I want to say that it's a strong pick, but for BTR and the problems that we've seen them face, is chip going to be a good pick for them? Let's see if they can extract the most out of it. We'll give them another chance. But coming to the second phase, on top of everything that you guys already mentioned, Irithel gets banned out. Amazing takeaway from BTR. TLID go for the Joy ban, eliminating a possible or potential threat to the Lucas in the jungle. And TLID can actually continue focusing on Annabelle, right? What's left for Annabelle to pick up in the jungle?
Joy
Joy's gone.
Yeah, that's why. Usually we see Joy,
Nolan? Is
Nolan,
that his pick?
Hayabusa, we haven't seen that much, but Irithel Moskov. See, this is what TLID was supposed to do last game, but they know that Iman has just not been able to perform on Moskov or Irithel. There you go, there's the Hayabusa. So Joy, Hayabusa taken out. Oh, this is gonna be really tough, folks. Lucas in the jungle. Where do you go if you're BTR? This is, hey, they got the Naruto Sakura combination.
Oh, right. Interesting, man. For BIGETRON, I mean, back then we would say Nolan, but it's a different time. That's no way that's the idea that BIGETRON will go for here. They want to go something like a fighter, maybe, to at least have some staying power against the Lucas.
What are they?
And it is going to be a fighter. The Fredrin, though. It's crowd control as well. I guess you can kind of lock people down, but in the clearing speed, you are severely behind, dude. The Lucas clears like crazy. And now you're a Fredrin.
Yeah, and that's without the Matilda in the picture.
Right.
So now it's Lucas and Matilda versus the Fredrin.
On the bright side, when they all funnel through the shortcut, they can have more lockdown with the Fredrin, but dude, I mean, they gotta do it really well. They gotta really get some snowball going on, because otherwise, if they can't pose a real threat to Team Liquid ID, it's over. Team Liquid ID just strike back and clear the board.
All right, last two picks for TLID, MM and a mid laner, Yehezkiel. I think anything can really fit here in the mid lane, but the... Oh, there you go, wait. Oh, they're trying to overwhelm BTR with so many big ultimates. Now, you're gonna have to pick, right? You go for the Sacred Beast, you jump on us, but we have 2 health bars. And the Bruno pick there is solid, you know? It's the safest choice to go for now. So for BTR, they need an XP laner. At this point, what do they even want to go for? Like, in the past, I would say Lapu Lapu for Luke.
But
He went to Rizla once.
but I don't know about now.
Wouldn't the Badang work just fine here?
I think they need a carry in the XP, man.
A carry in the EXP?
Charizla into Faramis makes sense.
But will it have enough damage, or will it be even tanky enough to deal with this composition,
No,
right?
is the answer.
Yeah, that's why.
Who do they choose for Luke? They can't go glue, they can't go...
No, they can't go glue. They're
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Whoa. See, they need a carry in the XP. It makes, I mean, it's a Luke signature, but this is a desperate move from BTR. This is a super desperate move. They were forced into a corner. The corner was pick a Fredrin, pick a Masha, and they did.
But I wonder if the idea here is to really abuse the macro play, because now we can have a split push Masha and a split push Chip at the same time, and you know, Masha 1v1, it's gonna take some time, it's gonna take some items, but we've seen what what change adjusted Masha was able to do back then. It came in the meta for a little bit as well. So if they want to avoid the team fighting, make sure that the Nether Realm and all that can be used maximally. Again, it's a desperate move, but it is a valid move.
This is the second time that the lineup rating favored Bigetron. Will it be the second time that the lineup rating is wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, as we get to match point of this best of 3 series between TLID and Bigetron Esports. Can Bigetron yet again force another game, or can TLID walk away at number 7 on the standings with a 2-0 clean sweep against the number 4? Let's head over to the Land of Dawn into game number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, a possible drop from 4th place in the standings all the way down to, I think it might be 7th if they lose this. Yes, Gil. Already early, but at least, you know, there's a W there. Luke is playing with the My Shira Nui skin, so nice.
Nice indeed. Well, looking at the battle spells though, immediately 3 purifies for the side of Bigetron. So when it comes to utility, again, it's about macro for Bigetron. They don't really have the edge when it comes to those big team fight type of ultimates. So that's what I was talking about, man. They need damage, right? The issue right here is if Bigetron don't have enough damage, then Team Liquid ID will be able to shrug off a lot of the threats, a lot of the control attempts coming in from Bigetron, and vice versa. If Team Liquid ID lack out of the damage department, then Bigetron can play this this chip the same way Evos did and just keep spamming out those shortcuts. And even if they don't win, they don't get punished for it.
But remember, TLID still have the Haskell to work with, right? I think it's a common thing to feel like the Faramis has no damage. Wait a second.
Whoa! And all in over to Yazkiel, but you can see the Sacred Beast form now. Bringing him back, Moreno, no ult just yet. Can't steal it away. Annabelle unable to get the Appraiser's Wrath down in time. Good dash away from TLID.
So they're still able to get out, and this time refuse the first blood that Bigetron were able to find in the first game between the two. We take a look at the audience prediction now. 67% for TLID by our new application, GoPay. And this is the timings. Level 4 is going to be very important for both of these teams. Yaskiel not yet level 4 as well, so let's see how this neutral objective take goes.
Aran jumps in over, trying to zone him away, gets taunted down. They're gonna all in over to Aran. Take it down now. Moreno with the Sacred Beast jumping in. Appraiser's Wrath and a retribution from Annabelle. Fabian caught all alone, stabbed to death by Annabelle.
Immediate all in there. And again, the card control that the Virgin provides, that's the advantage there.
Oh, shortcut. Yes, Keel, not too sure about that. Winnie gonna be caught as well. Luke not gonna go with the ult again. Tsunami slam, Luke. Oh, with a flicker, getting the kill on Winnie. It's going in again, giving the kill over to Fabian as Moreno steals the Sacred Beast and buys enough time for Annabelle to take the orange buff.
That was brilliantly played by Bigetron. The 4v1 trade at the very end of it, Luke was still able to, you know, recollect himself enough to get a trade of his life. But I feel like TLID, with the lack of level 4s on their side, overcommitted a little bit for that neutral objective and gave over this 2,000 gold lead to Bigetron Esports.
And Team Liquid ID isn't really playing with the knowledge that they're not really as tanky as Bigetron right there. They keep moving in there. Even, we saw earlier, who was it? Aran just got deleted immediately, right? So they're fighters. They do damage, they have some utility, but they're not frontline tanks. The idea here is that the Mathilda is going to allow them to move in and out and provide the extra bit of sustain that they have. So in that kind of situation, a full-on collision, Annabelle is the one that gets all the value because he's tankier, he regens while doing the damage, and of course, ooh, look at this, ooh, that's some damage.
Yeah, and a miss on the Circling Eagle too. Win up top. Uh-oh. Kyo. I was gonna escape from this one. Short kick coming down, the flicker out, but it's an all-in with a thunderclap. Luke again. Appraiser's wrap from Annabelle.
A lot of damage, all the moves, man. And again, when everyone jumps at you, and just like that, how do you get out? There's just way too much crowd control, way too much damage. And this Masha pick is surprisingly doing quite well, but look at this.
Konami Slam, now an all-in over to Luke. He's very squishy, and he will fall. Fabian gets a kill back. Turtle, though, spawns on the other side of the map, and BTR are first onto it. Light, crash course down below, trying to save this turret from being taken down. Now is the all-in on Light under the turret. And Light will be able to deal with it. Moreno can steal away the Sacred Beast, decides to go for the Tsunami Slam, brings Fabian all the way back, but then the realm comes in to save them. Light doesn't have the shortcut just yet. Fabian crash course on, taken down by Light. Annabelle pinching them down, wants to go for the dive. Now Iran caught again, a taunt coming in as Eman deals the damage. That's Yehezkiel taken out as well.
And at the end of the day, that's a 4-0 as Light looks for another bout onto Kyo. BIGETRON Esports playing this so well.
Thunderclap 1 and 2. Light's on a killing spree. They want to go for more. Light has the shortcut, but he won't use it.
And again, at the end of the day, it's another pick for the side of the red robots. They're utilizing this chip pick really, really well. They're playing the map properly. They're able to dive in and dive out of these particular predicaments very well. Neutral objective take was also secured by BIGETRON earlier on. And this chip pick has been looking good for BTR in this game.
I mean, it's a very, very strong pick, and you're seeing BIGETRON use it quite differently. They're not really making big fights happen with the shortcuts. They're also sending Light to rotate, right, a lot faster, and because of that, you can see that the wave control kind of allows them to, push on so many levels and allow Light to be the one to just stop the initial push, especially in the early game when Team Liquid ID don't have enough damage to just one-shot Light under turret. I think BIGETRON were really abusing that again and again. As the game goes on, Team Liquid ID will be able to punish it a bit more, but with 5k gold lead for BIGETRON, they might have done enough.
Konami Slam over to the Masha. Luke trying to escape right now. The taunt coming down. His appeal is enough to get him away. And another round paid it too. Big ults down for TLID. 14 seconds for the neutral objective.
You're gonna need some time to wait for those resources to hop back in. Good timing coming from BIGETRON once again, and I think one of my main concerns right now is Kyo on the Bruno, right? He's on a Bruno that usually requires snowballing. The fact that he's 0-2-0. Wait a second, Fabian goes in.
An all-in, good purify out from Iman. Now it's Moreno doing the same thing. The battle of the beasts over to Fabian. A shot down, Moreno! Gets a kill on the other side. It's Luke who gets the assassination. Annabelle takes a portal. Aran chained down. Thunderclap not enough to take him down. Aran trying to run away. Light goes in with a crash course and takes him out. Moreno again under the turret, looking for the kill. Yehezkiel able to flicker out. Moreno gets away.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at 14-4 on the kill board. Despite how things went down in game number 1, a 7,000 gold lead now for BTR, and a snowballing Eman on the Granger at 3-0-5. This isn't looking great for the Cavalry.
Oh, and Annabelle just took that without retry.
He's also 3 levels ahead right there on the Fredrin, just constantly just farming it out. Again, Light and Annabelle in particular, they have no need to go back to the base. They have so much built-in sustain that there's just so much pressure from BIGETRON on the map here, even before you bring in the shortcut. And because of that, you can see Team Liquid ID just confused on what to do, where to go. Because even when they group up together, no one is actually built to take all the Death Sonatas coming in from Eman, who is already 3-0-5. He has the Sky Piercer, and he went for the Hunter Strike and the Malefic Roar. So he has a lot of damage built in already. BIGETRON can outmaneuver Team Liquid ID, out-sustain them, and out-damage them. So now Team Liquid ID are just running out of options.
And Moreno's feeling himself, man. Starlium Scythe on the Valentina.
Considering the way the fights have been going on, the fact that you can just dive in there, just get an extra bit of true damage, I think it works well. Especially when he goes in later on with the Sacred Beast form. And Starlium is gonna allow him to do just a little bit more. And as Team Liquid ID try and recover, try and get into that late game, Kyo, 0-3-1, has claws straight into the Malefic Gun. He is so scared of the damage, of the catch potential, he didn't even go for the Berserker's Fury. He's gonna be lacking that crit damage. But as a result, he'll have more penetration for these beefier members of BIGETRON, and he has more safety in the range. Will that be enough though? I think BIGETRON will be able to get that next Lord for free.
Wow. 8.7k gold lead for BTR. TLID, a tough spot. They can't even contest because they can't even trade. They look for a trade and the chip will just teleport everybody to them. Yeah. They really needed to get that snowball at the start of the game with the Lucas Matilda. That one mishap going in aggressive without level 4 for Turtle 1 was it. Well, actually not even Turtle 1. It's the battle. Oh, Kyo taken low. Lightning 1v1. Luke gets an underclap. Almost takes Aran down. Lethal Ignition, not enough to get that solo kill just yet.
Signature Luke Masha, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's been quite some time, and yet... And it's not even a meta pick.
No.
And he's still able to have this impact. The snowballing that BIGETRON are holding and controlling on right now is huge. Moreno actually picks up Yehezkiel's ult instead. And the round.
They want to dive. That's what they want to do. Fabian's going to be poked down here. They want to get turrets.
And it's going to be a waiting game right now. BIGETRON waiting for the Lord to come assist them. And while they're waiting, Eman is just doing target practice, dude. And Team Liquid ID, they can't tank it down.
Look at Annabelle just standing there in front of anybody. Tsunami slam over to Annabelle. I think that's what BTR wants. Witty shot down in the skies. Fabian jumps over to Netherrealm, is there to keep them alive. Now a wave in the bottom lane as the Lord will march down up top. Fabian clear with the wave now. Oh, man, stun. Not enough follow-up. The rest of the team recalled earlier. Unfortunate stuff. 2 base turrets down, and BTR can go for more.
That's a lot of damage, a lot of crowd control coming out for Fabian, man. BIGETRON, they gotta be careful with one good follow-up. That could have been dangerous, but now they're still back at it again.
This time, no Sacred Beast. They have all the time in the world. Whoa! Luke with 1, Luke with 2, Luke with 3! Netherrealm comes out, but it doesn't matter. He gets obliterated before the Netherrealm came in. Fabian locked down. Eman gunning them down in the skies. That's a double for Eman. Aran jumps in. Tsunami slam locking them down, but a win of nature's right there for Eman in the Purify 2 as he gets a triple. And this should be the equalizer.
11 minutes and 8 seconds, an 11,000 gold lead, and an equalizer by BTR as they have successfully forced TLID to a game numero 3. Man, TLID, they underestimated the chip pick from BIGETRON, and they suffered the consequences.
They can't be letting Chip go like this, I feel, but I think it was more on the early game, that big blunder for TLID that really set BTR on course to get this crazy lead, because had that not happened, I don't really think the Fredrin would have been able to win out like that early on, right? I mean, he started the game with 2 kills, 1 kill, but the team started the game with 2.
I think that's absolutely it. They really underestimated. They weren't really respecting that dangerous potential that BIGETRON have, that all the engagement they got in the early game. And afterwards, again, when you're snowballing on a chip, you don't even have to do anything too crazy as the chip. The fact that you have built-in regeneration, the fact that you can move around the map there, you can see it in the highlights later on, but there's so many times where Light was the one just throwing his body between Team Liquid ID and the turrets, and it was just working so well. Team Liquid ID tried to trade to try and recover, but you can't trade when you're up against a chip. You just don't have the same kind of mobility, the same kind of macro.
How come Cora didn't dye his hair red?